don't really interact with it. You can't talk back to it. And it just sort of serves as an information repository. Web 2.0 is much more exciting. It's much more dynamic. You go to a website and you can talk back to it, as with blogging, and also on Facebook. Not only can you interact with and comment on people's pictures, you can become friends with them. So I maybe see the hands again who's on Facebook. That's very immediate, but probably even more addictive, and I didn't see many hands for Twitter, is Twitter, where you can tell people what you're doing right then and there, and you can do it repeatedly at any given time. So for an organization like NMAC or any other nonprofit, what being in the Web 2.0 world, as it were, is it makes your organization and it makes NMAC seem much more approachable. And you can also deliver your information and your technical assistance information, in our case, to more people at any given time for different individuals. And this is important too because you're creating new stakeholders through things like Facebook and Twitter who may never have heard of or talked about HIV in their daily lives. So we're reaching out to our current constituents and we're building our constituency at the same time. It also makes NMAC seem much more approachable. A lot of people, when I first started the agency, they thought of NMAC as sort of monolithic. But because we're on Facebook, because we're tweeting with them, we're their friends. And we're also an immediate service provider. So it makes people much more likely to come to us when they need services or to access our programs. Another thing that Dr. Johnson mentioned, and also sort of feeds into the Web 2.0 world that NMAC is entering, is something called our learning management system. Who has taken a class online? One person. I see a few hands. If you have a student who's in college in your family, more and more often classes are being taught online, and it's much more convenient. What happens is, instead of having to wait for a training for come to you every 3 months or once a year, you can take that training at home. It doesn't interrupt your work day, it doesn't interrupt your family life. You can do it at night, you can do it from your office, you can do it on an airplane, in your car, and you can get that training you need when you need it. And that's what we're going to have for our learning management system. We have several classes online right now, and if you're interested, we can send you the URL and you can preview them. And we're going to be growing that over time. To make this even more accessible, we're going to be updating our website over the next few months. Our website's pretty dynamic as it is, but we're moving into that Web 2.0 world, so we're going to be making our content much more dynamic. So instead of just reading text, you can listen to the text. We're also going to be having videos so you can watch someone talking about the program, related content. You're also going to be looking at pictures as well. As we do that, and we also can create sort of fact sheets that go along with this, as we do that, we can make all of the information we send out in the Web 2.0 world, our tweets, our Facebook messages, our newsletter, more dynamic as well. So encouraging even more people to be part of our circle, more of our online community of friends and supporters. So, and it can also help build collaborations we have in human place even more. So thank you again, with heartfelt thanks for all that you do for us. And I look forward to talking with you and seeing you throughout the conference. So, good evening.
To bring it home just a little bit, for those of you who live in California who've ever gotten a ticket, a speeding ticket, as I have, they have this online program that it almost mirrors the kind of thing that Cersei was talking about, because you can actually expunge the ticket by taking this course for a mere $165. But then it's interactive, it can tell you when you're doing things wrong, and then you go through it, and it's done. But it's cutting edge in the sense that there are people that are currently doing it today. It really brings us into the 20th century, 21st century. And our hope is that as we roll out some of these innovative products, that even the old fogies like me will take advantage of it. I will say a few words and I'll let Terrence close. and tell you about our conference this year, which we're very excited about. Much of our year, this past year, has been spent working with our government partners who are very much an integral part of what we do. Through Dr. Johnson's team and our TATT program, we have reapplied for a number of grants that we've been funded for in the past, but that were no guarantees. We have done some excellent work, and the reason we know that is because they have told us so. But it's challenging times all around, and we know that we wouldn't be successful today were it not for you, each of you in this room, who have chosen to support this event as well as others that we've had most recently. One of those that we held a few weeks before this was our Evening Without Politics event, which was the first of our kind for our agency in Washington, D.C. that attracted over 1,000 folks. It was as important for us to get our names out during the Congressional Black Caucus Week as it was for us to hold the event. We made a modest amount, probably about 25 or 30,000 bucks, but to have 1,000 folk in the Washington, D.C. area who may not have known who and what we do and what we are come out to that event and participate. Those are the kinds of things that we want to look forward to in the coming days as far as the development effort is concerned. We will continue to depend upon your sound and solid support. We thank you for that. And if you think of innovative ideas and things that we might like to do or need to do in your area, give me a buzz and we will work it to the max. We thank you, thank you, thank you. And to end at least this brief program, I'd like Terrence Calhoun, our Director of Conferences, to come up and just tell you about this wonderful event that we got today.
Good evening. I won't be long. First, I will also say thanks to each and every one of you for your support. For without it, we would not be able to do the work that we do and help and serve the constituents that we serve. This conference has been great so far. We did not expect to have the numbers of people that we have. And I know Paul talked about it earlier that perhaps it's because it's Halloween in San Francisco, and I'll give him that. But I'll also say that it is due to the nature of this meeting. The USCA is a very powerful meeting that has created something in this movement that cannot be duplicated. And so because of your support, we're able to continue this. And I'm just really grateful for all of you for helping us to make this happen. We anticipate we'll have about 2,700 attendees, which is very good, especially in this economy. So I'm beaming. You might not be able to tell, but I'm beaming on the inside. We also at NMAC, we do try to stay innovative and cutting edge in a number of areas. And so this year, if you registered or when you registered, you probably noticed that we don't have program books this year. How cool is that? You know, some people don't like that, but I think it's great. We're trying to be more conscious of what